Stand God, hello all. This afternoon, good afternoon, and whatever. Thank you for watching. So this is day 6, part B of Reading Many Lives, Many Masters, a timeless classic, the true story of a prominent psychiatrist, his young patient, and the past life therapy that changed both their lives, by Brian L. Weiss, MD. Are they around you now? Yes. Are they talking to you? No. They monitor everything. So, being monitored, she was not permitted to peer into the future. Perhaps we had nothing to gain personally from such a glimpse. Perhaps the adventure would have made Catherine too anxious. Perhaps we were not yet prepared to cope with this information. I did not push it. The spirit that was around you before, Gideon? Yes. What does he need? Why is he near? Do you know him? No, I don't believe so. But he protects you from danger. Yes. The masters. I don't see them. Sometimes they have messages for me, messages that help you and me. Are these messages available to you even when they're not speaking? Do they put thoughts into your mind? Yes. Do they monitor how far you can go, what you can remember? Yes. So there's a purpose in this explanation of lifetimes. Yes. For you and for me, to teach us, to bring us the disappearance of fear. There are many ways of communication. They choose many to show that they do exist. Whether Catherine was hearing the voices, visualizing past images and vistas, experiencing psychic phenomena, or having thoughts and ideas placed in her mind, the purpose was the same, to show that they do exist, and even beyond that, to help us, to aid us on our path by providing insights and knowledge to help us become godlike through wisdom. So that was her answering him in the beginning. There are many ways of communication. That was in quotes. They choose many to show that they do exist. And then that was the end quote. Do you know why they have chosen you? No. To be a channel? This was a delicate question, since the awake Catherine could not even listen to the tapes. No, she softly whispered. Does it frighten you? Sometimes. And other times not? Yes. It can be reassuring, I added. We know now that we are eternal, so we lose our fear of death. Yes, she agreed. She paused. I must learn to trust. She had returned to her lifetime's major lesson. When I am told something, I must learn to trust what I am told, when the person is knowledgeable. Certainly there are people not to trust, I added. Yes, but I'm confused. And the people know. Let me see if I marked this other page. I did not. I'm going to remark it. Hang on. And the people know I should trust. I fight against that feeling, and I don't want to trust anybody. She was silent as I again admired her insight. Last time we talked about you as a child in a garden with horses. Do you remember your sister's wedding? A little. Was there more to gather from that time, do you know? Yes. Would it be worthwhile to go back now and explore it? It won't come back now. There are so many things in a lifetime. There is so much knowledge to attain from each lifetime. Yes, we must explore, but it won't come back now. So I turned again to her troubled relationship with her father. Your relationship with your father is another area, one that has affected you deeply in this lifetime. Yes, she answered simply. It is another area to explore yet, too. You've had much to learn from this relationship. Compare it to a little boy in the Ukraine who lost his father in an early age. And this loss did not happen to you this time. And yet having your father here, even though certain hardships were less, was more of a burden, she concluded. Thoughts. She added thoughts. What thoughts? I sensed she was in a new area about the amnesia. When they give you an anesthesia, oh, excuse me, not amnesia, good Lord. About the anesthesia. When they give you anesthesia, can you hear? You can still hear. She had answered her own question. She was whispering rapidly now, becoming excited. Your mind is very aware of what's going on. They were talking about my choking, about the possibility of me choking when they did the surgery on my throat. I remembered Catherine's vocal cord surgery, which was performed just a few months before her first appointment with me. She had been anxious prior to the surgery, but she was absolutely terrified upon awakening in the recovery room. It had taken the nursing staff hours to calm her. Now it appeared that what was said by the surgeons during the operation, during the time she was under deep anesthesia, had precipitated her terror. My mind flipped back to medical school and my surgery rotation. I remember the casual conversations during operations while the patients were anesthetized. I remember the jokes, the cursing, the arguments, and the surgeons' temper tantrums. What had the patients heard at a subconscious level? How much registered to affect their thoughts and emotions, their fears and anxieties after they awakened? Was the post-operative course, the patient's very recovery from the surgery, influenced positively or negatively by the remarks made during the operation? Had anyone died because of negative expectations overheard during surgery? Had they feeling hopeless, just given up? Do you remember what they were saying? I asked. That they had to put a tube down. When they took the tube out, my throat might swell up. They didn't think I could hear, but you did. Yes. That's why I had all the problems. After today's session, Catherine no longer had any fear of swallowing or choking. It was as simple as that. All the anxiety, she continued. I thought I would choke. Do you feel free? I asked. Yes. You can reverse what they did. Can I? Yes, you are. They should be very careful of what they say. I remember it now. They put a tube in my throat, and then I couldn't talk afterward to tell them anything. Now you're free. You did hear them. Yes, I heard them talk. She fell silent for a minute or two, then began to turn her head from side to side. She seemed to be listening to something. You seem to be hearing messages. Do you know where the messages came from? I was hoping the masters would appear. Someone told me, was her cryptic answer. Somebody was speaking to you, but they're gone. I tried to bring them back. See if you can bring back spirits with messages for us to help us out. They come only when they want to, not when I choose, she answered firmly. You don't have any control over it? No. Okay, I conceded, but the message about the anesthesia was very important to you. That was the source of your choking. It was important for you, not for me, she retorted. Her answer reverberated through my mind. She would be cured of the terror of choking, yet this revelation was nevertheless more important for me than for her. I was the one doing the healing. Her simple answer contained many levels of meaning. I felt that if I truly understood these levels, these resonating octaves of meanings, I would advance a quantum leap into the understanding of human relationships. Perhaps the helping was more important than the cure. For me to help you? I asked. Yes. You can undo what they did. You have been undoing what they did. Excuse me. She was resting. We had both learned a great lesson. Shortly after her 3rd birthday, my daughter Amy came running over to me, hugging me around the legs. She looked up and said, Daddy, I've loved you for 40,000 years. I looked down at her little face and I felt very, very happy. Now, what's the meaning behind that, you know? Because the veil is still super thin for them. And I wish this phone would just hit the road, Jack. Not right now. You can come on later, but right now I'm trying to read. Chapter 7. Several nights later, I was jolted awake from a deep sleep. Instantly alert, I had a vision of Catherine's face several times larger than life size. She looked upset, as if she needed my help. I looked over at the clock. It was 3:36 a.m. There had been no outside noises to awaken me. Carol was sleeping peacefully beside me. I dismissed the incident and fell back asleep. At about 3:30 that same morning, Catherine had awakened in a panic from a nightmare. She was sweating and her heart was racing. She decided to meditate to relax, visualizing my hypnotizing her in the office. She pictured my face, heard my voice, and gradually fell back to sleep. Catherine was becoming increasingly psychic, and apparently so was I. I could hear my old psychiatry professors talking about transference and countertransference reactions in therapeutic relationships. Transference is the patient's projection of feelings, thoughts, and wishes onto the therapist, who represents someone from the patient's past. Countertransference is the reverse, the therapist's unconscious emotional reactions to the patient. But this 3:30 a.m. communication was neither. This was a telepathic bond along a wavelength outside the normal channels. Somehow the hypnosis was opening up this channel. Or was it the audience, a diverse group of spirits, masters and guardians and others that was responsible for the new wavelength? I was beyond the point of surprise. In the next session, Catherine quickly reached a deep hypnotic level. She was instantly alarmed. I see a big cloud. It scared me. It was there. She was breathing rapidly. Is it still there? I don't know. It came and went quickly, something up high on a mountain. She remained alarmed, continuing to breathe heavily. I was afraid she was seeing a bomb. Could she look into the future? Can you see the mountain? Is it like a bomb? I don't know. Why did it scare you? It was very sudden. It was there. It was very smoky, very smoky. It's big. It's off at a distance. Oh, you're safe. Can you get closer to it? I don't want to get closer, she answered sharply. It was rare for her to be so resistant. Why are you so afraid of it? I asked. I think it's some chemicals or something. It's hard to breathe when you're around it. She was breathing laboriously. Is it like a gas? Is it coming from the mountain itself, like a volcano? I think so. It's like a big mushroom. That's what it looks like, a white one. But not a bomb. It's not an atomic bomb or anything like that. She paused and then continued. It's some type of volcano or something. I think it's very scary. It's hard to breathe. There's dust in the air. There's dust in the air. I don't want to be there. Slowly, her breathing returned to the usual deep and even respirations of the hypnotic state. She had left this frightening scene. Is it easier to breathe now? Yes. Good. What are you seeing now? Nothing. I see a necklace on somebody's neck. It's blue. It's silver and has a blue stone hanging off it and then lighter stones underneath that. Is there anything on the blue stone? No. It's see-through. You can see through it. The lady has black hair and a blue hat on with a big feather, and the dress is a velvet. Do you know that lady? No. Are you there, or are you the lady? I don't know. But you see her. Yes, I'm not the lady. How old is she? In her 40s. But she looks older than what she is. Is she doing anything? No, she's just standing next to the table. There's a perfume bottle on the table. It's white with green flowers on it. There's a brush and a comb with silver handles. I was impressed with her eye for detail. Is it her room or is it in a store? It's her room. There's a bed in it. The 4 posts on it. It's a brown bed. There's a picture on the table. A picture? Yes, there are no pictures in the room. There are funny dark curtains. Is anybody else around? No. What relationship does the lady have to you? Does this lady have to you? I serve her. Once again, she was a servant. Have you been with her long? No, a few months. Do you like that necklace? Yes, she's very elegant. Have you ever worn the necklace? No. Her short answers required my active steering in order to obtain basic information. She reminded me of my pre-teenage son. How old are you now? Maybe 13, 14? About the same age. Why have you left your family? I inquired. I haven't left them, she corrected me. I just work there. I see. Do you go home to your family after that? Yes. Her answers left little room for exploration. Excuse me. Do they live nearby? Close enough. We are very poor. It is necessary for us to work, to serve. Do you know the lady's name? Belinda. Does she treat you well? Yes. Good. Do you work hard? It's not very tiring. Interviewing teenagers was never easy, even in past lifetimes. It was fortunate that I was well practiced. Good. Are you still seeing her now? No. Where are you now? In another room. There's a table with a black covering on it and fringe around the bottom. It smells of many herbs, heavy perfume. Does this all belong to your mistress? Does she use a lot of perfume? No, this is another room. I'm in another room. Whose room is this? It belongs to some dark lady. Dark how? Can you see her? She has many coverings on her head, Catherine whispered. Many shawls. She's old and wrinkled. What is your relationship to her? I've just gone to see her. For what? So she may do the cards. Intuitively, I knew that she had gone to a fortune teller, one who probably read tarot cards. This was an ironic twist. Here, Catherine and I were involved in an incredible psychic adventure spanning lifetimes and dimensions beyond even that. And yet perhaps 200 years earlier, she had visited a psychic to find out about her future. I knew that Catherine had never visited a psychic in her present life, and she had no knowledge whatsoever about tarot cards or fortune telling. These things frightened her. Does she read fortunes? I asked. She sees things. Do you have a question for her? What do you want to see? What do you want to know about? Or what do you want to know, about some man that I might marry? What does she say when she does the cards? The card with some kind of poles on it, poles and flowers, but poles, spears, or some kind of line. There's another card with a chalice on it, a cup. I see a card with a man or boy carrying a shield. She says, I will marry, but I will not marry this man. I see nothing else. Do you see the lady? I see some coins. Are you still with her, or is this a different place? I am with her. What do the coins look like? They're gold. The edges are not smooth. They are squared. There's a crown on one side. See if there's a year imprinted on the coins, something that you can read in lettering. Some foreign numbers, she replied, X's and I's. Do you know what the year is? 17 something. I don't know when. She was silent again. Why is this fortune teller important to you? I don't know. Does her fortune come true? But she's gone, Catherine whispered. It's gone. I don't know. Do you see anything now? No. No? I was surprised. Where was she? Do you know your name in this lifetime? I asked, hoping to pick up the thread of this life several hundred years ago. I'm gone from there. She had left the lifetime and was resting. She could do this now on her own. It was not necessary for her to experience her death, her death to do so, excuse me. We waited for several minutes. The lifetime had not been spectacular. She had remembered only some descriptive highlights, and the interesting visit to the fortune teller. Do you see anything now? I asked again. No, she whispered. Are you resting? Yes. Jewels of different colors. Jewels? Yes. They're really lights, but they look like jewels. What else? I asked. She paused, and then her whisper was loud and firm. There are many words and thoughts that are flying around. It's about coexistence and harmony, the balance of things. I knew the masters were nearby. Yes, I urged her on. I want to know about these things. Can you tell me? Right now, they're just words, she answered. Coexistence and harmony, I reminded her. When she answered, it was the voice of the poet master. I was thrilled to hear from him again. Yes, he answered. Everything must be balanced. Nature is balanced. The beasts live in harmony. Humans have not learned to do that. They continue to destroy themselves. There is no harmony, no plan to what they do. It's so different in nature. Nature is balanced. Nature is energy and life and restoration, and humans just destroy. They destroy nature. They destroy other humans. They will eventually destroy themselves. This was an ominous prediction. With the world constantly in chaos and turmoil, I hoped this would not be soon. When will this happen? I asked. It will happen sooner than you think. Nature will survive, plants will survive, but we will not. Can we do anything to prevent that destruction? No. Everything must be balanced. Will this destruction happen in our lifetime? Can we avert it? It will not happen in our lifetime. We will be on another plane, another dimension when it happens, but we will see it. Is there no way of teaching humankind? I kept looking for a way out, for some mitigating possibility. It will be done on another level. We will learn from that. I looked on the bright side. Well, then our souls progress in different places. Yes, we will no longer be here as we know it. We will see it. Yes, I conceded. I have a need to teach these people, but I don't know how to reach them. Is there a way, or do they have to learn this for themselves? You cannot reach anyone. In order to stop the destruction, you must reach everyone. You cannot reach everyone. In order to stop the destruction, you must reach everyone. Well, yeah, that's true. And you cannot. It cannot be stopped. They will learn. When they progress, they will learn. There will be peace, but not here in this dimension. Eventually, there will be peace. Yes, on another level. It seems so far away, though, I complained. People seem so petty now, jeepers. Greedy, power-hungry, ambitious. They forget about love and understanding and knowledge. There is much to learn. Yes. Can I write anything to help these people? Is there some way? You know the way. We do not have to tell you. It will all be to no avail, for we will all reach the level. And they will see. We are all the same. One is no greater than the next. And all this is just lessons and punishments. Yes, I agreed. This lesson was a profound one, and I needed time to digest it. Catherine had become silent. We waited, she resting and I pensively absorbed in the dramatic pronouncements of the past hour. Finally, she broke the spell. The jewels are gone, she whispered. The jewels are gone. The lights, they're gone. The voices too, the words? Yes, I see nothing. As she paused, her head had began to move from side to side. A spirit is looking at you? Yes. Do you recognize a spirit? I'm not sure. I think it might be Edward. Edward had died during the previous year. Edward was truly ubiquitous. He seemed to be always around her. Don't go hang till we meet again. Love you, mean it.